While most ancient history is kept safely behind museum glass, in Nepal, antiquity is a living, breathing force you walk through every day. Local lore says the bodhisattva of wisdom, Manjushri, cleaved a mountain ridge to drain a massive primordial lake. That exposed lakebed became the Kathmandu Valley. The society that took root in this fertile basin was shaped largely by the Lichavi and Malla dynasties. Ruling from the 13th to the 18th centuries, the Malla kings were the historical architects of the valley. Their legacy is visible in structures like this distinctive two-tiered pagoda. The Malla period perfected these brick foundations and intricate dark wood carvings. Rulers like Jayastati Malla integrated spiritual principles directly into the layout of city streets and codified them into the national legal structure. Because of this, these ancient stones are never treated as ruins. They remain the active foundation upon which modern Nepalese identity is continuously built. This architecture had to survive severe trials. In 1255, a catastrophic earthquake killed a third of the population, and a century later, a brutal invasion by the Sultan of Bengal left palaces and temples in smoldering ashes. Following these disasters, the valley fractured into three competing sister kingdoms packed closely together: Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur. This proximity ignited an architectural arms race. Rival kings poured wealth into a cultural renaissance, attempting to outbuild neighbors as a display of divine power. Evidence of that competition remains in the grand public squares today, where tightly packed brick structures and towering white stone temples stand shoulder to shoulder. The Kathmandu Valley survived its most turbulent centuries, not through impenetrable walls, but through this unyielding competitive drive for cultural and spiritual perfection. While the kingdoms competed for architectural glory, they were building upon a shared religious foundation. This competitive devotion eventually resulted in a rare, localized religious harmony, most visible at Swayambhunath. Within this single sacred complex, Buddhist monks spinning prayer wheels and Hindu devotees offering prayers to Shiva worship side by side, completely absent of division. This syncretism is meticulously documented in Newar Paubha paintings. These traditional artworks serve as detailed visual maps for these complex overlapping theologies. Painted with ground mineral pigments and gold, a paubha is never meant to be mere decoration. It is a strict guide used by practitioners to navigate meditation. This devotion is scored by a distinct auditory landscape. The bowed strings of the sarangi and rhythmic beats of the madal echo through the alleys and courtyards. By blending these faiths, visual arts, and traditional folk music, the valley maintains a unified cultural frequency that hums through daily life. That rhythm peaks during the cycle of jatras, massive street festivals that synchronize the agricultural seasons with ancient mythological history. At Indra Jatra, tens of thousands of people pack the streets to pull a massive ceremonial chariot carrying the Kumari, Nepal's living goddess. Performers wearing these intricate masks dance through the crowds, acting out the roles of local deities and ancient demons to secure rainfall and good harvests. Other festivals strike a more poignant chord. During Gai Jatra, families who have lost loved ones lead cows through the city, trusting the sacred animals to safely guide the souls of the deceased. These jatras function as essential participatory rites believed to keep the cosmos in balance. Pacing slows slightly. That deep sense of duty extends far beyond the fertile valleys, reaching up into the extreme altitudes of the high Himalayas. Here, the Sherpa people hold an ancestral reverence for Chomolungma, widely known as Mount Everest. They view this landscape as the domain of the goddess mother of the world. Before any expedition steps onto the ice, climbers and guides must perform the puja ceremony. They offer food and chant prayers to formally ask the mountain for permission and protection. Further west, the Gurung people hold an equally fierce devotion to Machaputre, a striking twin-peaked mountain revered as the literal earthly home of Lord Shiva. To protect the status of this sacred peak, the Nepalese government has maintained a permanent ban on climbing Machaputre since 1962. Leaving a majestic mountain deliberately untouched is perhaps the clearest testament to this culture. Here, sacred reverence outweighs human ambition. From the unclimbed high-altitude peaks to the bustling brick courtyards, Nepal operates as a unified cultural tapestry. Keeping that tapestry intact requires constant effort. Rapid globalization and shifting economic pressures are pulling younger generations away from traditional trades and rural villages. There is also physical vulnerability. In 2015, a massive earthquake shattered ancient brickwork and leveled entire historic squares in a matter of seconds. Yet, the work of rebuilding and teaching continues. Intangible heritage is transferred through slow, deliberate actions, as master artisans pass techniques down to new apprentices. Protecting this culture ensures the survival of a living blueprint, a model for how humanity can exist in harmony with faith, nature, and one another.